right, so today's lesson we are
looking at finding the equation of our linear or straight line.
I'm pretty sure if I zoom in,
I
right on it, but I
that
zoom back out,
we
it
have
still says
a formula
I'm not the best
here
on this
for a
program,
straight
but
line, yeah?
Got it there.
All right, and M we know how to find.
today
we
we're going to
find... We can find M using what we just said before, yeah? Y2 minus Y1, X2 minus X1, yeah? And then we can also always find C by substituting a point in later on. We're going to do them in a minute. So you pretty much, to find the equation, you need 2 points. Or you need to know, yeah, at least 2 pieces of information. So if we look here, we are sometimes going to get asked, if you have a look, we're being asked to find the y-intercept and the slope of these straight line formulas. So if you have a look at this first one on your paper, what's the gradient? What's the slope? Which is the slope? So the gradient's the slope. So in this one, it is equal to what? 3, good. And the y-intercept is 5, good. What about in this one? The m is -5 and the y-intercept is 10. Now, what about this one? What do I need to do? You need to rearrange it so that it is in this format, just 1y equals format, yeah? So if I rearrange this 2y minus 3x equals 6, so I'm trying to get it to be 1y on one side and the rest on the other. So I'll move the -3x over, and what will that do? Become positive, good. And then I'm going to, now that 2 is timesing, so it is going to what? Now it's going to divide everything, yes? So I could write it like that, or it could be written like this, 6 over 2 plus 3x over 2. That means the same thing. So you can see if you, if you simplify that, because 6 over 2 is what? 3, and I can't really do anything with that. So now looking at this one, what is our y-intercept? 3, good. And what is our m? Good, 3 over 2. Excellent. Okay, now with this one, what is the y-intercept? Good, 0. And what is the gradient? Yeah. Good. So this graph is like that, isn't it? Yeah? One of those ones. So I'm going to go through these examples here. The way that these notes are written is by another teacher. So this is probably not the way I would do it. So I'm going to show you on the side how I do this. So if you have a look in this example here, you've been given a point, and I've also been given the gradient of the equation, yes? And because they're saying assume they should say it's a straight line, I know that a straight line follows this pattern. So I pop that in first. If I'm going to find the rule, it's something like that, isn't it? Now, they told me that this was m, yeah? So I'm going to pop that into my formula. So now I have that, yes? So now to find... Sorry, oh God, I always do that. To find the C value, I'm going to use the point, yeah? So what I'm going to use is this point here. So that point here, what that tells me is that when x equals 1, y equals 4. So I can pop that into that formula. I can say 4 equals -2 times 1. So every time I saw y and x, I put those numbers, yes? So then we just multiply that out. And now to get C, yeah, just going to move that over there. What will that become? It's 4 plus 2. So C equals 6. So therefore, I now know the formula for this is -2x plus 6. That would be how I would do that. Oh my God. Next example. So the next example, find the equation of the straight line passing through. Now we've got 2 points here. Yeah? Now they've said straight line. So if it's straight line, what you're going to do is on the top of your page, you know that is the straight line formula, yes? So I need to know something. So I need to know M. So I'm going to use this formula, yeah? So, and now I'll go back and label my points. That's x1, y1, that's x2, y2. And I'll pop them into the formula. So it's 2 minus a minus 2 over 3 minus 1. So what does a minus and a minus become? Positive 4 over 2, which equals 2. So now I have the M value. So I've got this. So now I can do what I just did before on the other page, can't I? So, and I can use any point. So I'm just going to use this point. It didn't matter which one. Both will give you the same answer. So I'm going to pop that in there. So that's an X and that's a Y. Every time I see Y, put negative 2. Every time I see X, I put 1 plus C. So I've got negative 2 equals 2 plus C. You're going to bring that 2 over. What will the 2 do on the other side? A negative, isn't it? Yeah? There's a little assumed positive there. So it's negative 4 equals C. So therefore, you're used to that symbol. A lot of math teachers will use that. Y equals, what was that, Granny? 2. Get out of there. 2x minus 4. Yeah? Alright, so here they still want you to find the equation. So you should be able to see that this is a straight line. So a straight line, follows that pattern. Now, you know, if you look at it, what is C really when you look at it? But what is it? Why is it 4? Because that is the y-intercept. So you can read off the y-intercept if you've got it like this, yeah? And that tells you the C value. So I could use that and say, all right, well, y equals mx plus 4, yes? Okay, and then you need another point to find m. Yeah, so there's a couple of ways. You could say that m equals rise over run. And the way you can do that method is you go from 1 point. So I'm going from 4 and I go down a rise of 4. So if I go down a rise of 4, that's negative 4, yeah? And then I go over a run of 2, positive 2. Can you see that? And then I get a gradient of negative 2. So I could write that, negative 2x plus 4. Or I could have got to this stage, mx plus 4, and I could have popped in a point if I want. So I'm going to pop in the point 2, 0. Yes? So if I pop in 2, 0 into that, that is 0 equals m times 2 plus 4. Yeah? So I get 0 equals 2m plus 4. Bring the 4 over. Can you see I'm going to get the same answer, aren't I? Yes? Yeah. So there could have been, I could have done it that way. So whichever way, probably the rise and run would be quicker. Yes? To go over these last little things. So you've got vertical and horizontal lines. So this one is a horizontal line, yes? And the horizontal line has a 0 gradient, okay? So when it's flat like that, that's 0 gradient. If you have a vertical line, so this is a vertical line, what's the gradient, do you know? Good, the undefined gradient. Oh, sorry. All right, so you just need to remember that. And obviously a vertical line is an x equal formula, and a horizontal line is a y equal formula. What's the y-intercept of this line? This one. What's the y-intercept? Yeah, 2. So line, remember whatever it is the y-intercept as well. And this one doesn't have one. Now, just to go over the little summary in there, so the gradient intercept form, that's this form here. So if you're asked to write gradient intercept form, they want you to write y equals mx plus c. Now, this point gradient, that's just a way to find the gradient. We know that. Now, I just wanted to bring your attention to this because this can help you save you a lot of time. That if you have a little graph like this, I don't know, I'm making it up, and say they said that's 3, that's 5, what they're saying is that you can, if you know the 2 intercepts there, you can write the formula in this way. So they said where the x-axis intercept is a. So in this formula, the x-axis intercept, is 5, and the y-axis intercept is what? 3, and you can say equals 1. So there's a way to get a formula really quickly.